Something peculiar is happening in Germany with the bottom team in the Bundesliga 3 being so far away from Bayern Munich, despite the location between the two sides being very, very close. Why don't the big team just help them out? Bail out your district team. Well, I guess it's not their fault that Unterhaching are so low down, even below an academy side, which a professional team should not be. So they need to hire a professional who's rebuilt the lower league clubs. That's right, I'm going to be in charge. My first rebuild in Germany this year, as I have a mission to take the worst team in Germany to being the best and beyond. With only 3 signings allowed, no more, we've got to make Unterhaching the best team in Europe as well. Yes, people, no fear, we are finally in Germany, and we are finally taking on a challenge again with the worst club in the country. An aging team, as I can tell by some of the midfielders and defenders. Oh, dearie me, this will be a challenge, as I've already told you the one rule this rebuild. This man right here is not allowed to make more than 3 free agent signings, because that will make it a little too easy. But still, at this moment in time, I don't think we can even afford free signings. £1 million? Can the squad at least be better? No offense, of course, meant to Unterhaching, but I expect semi-pro players, some people that will have full-time jobs, to be in this first team, as Jonas Geers is our main player. We've even got a player on loan at Ulm, which is kind of disappointing. Is he recallable? He is. 19k. Right, I don't know the specifics about this player, but that's like a first signing. I'm bringing him back, but as you can tell, he replaces Meyer, who is a decent winger, telling me the formation is wrong, and I'm going to shift this to what I want to do. And I'm a manager that likes to go outside of the box when I am coaching somewhere new, so this is what I've chosen. Yes, there's still only 2 wingers. Or actually, do we still trust the strikers? Maybe I do. I'm going to go strikers. And I'm going to go this shape, which I actually really like. And it hasn't got all the best players in it because I'm going off my age of the squad, getting the youngsters involved, because we've got a few of them. Tim Hoops, 60 rated at 18 with a loan deal, alongside Ben Schlieke and alongside Max Hennig. We can loan them out and make some superstars in Germany, like some regen Thomas Mullers, but unfortunately that's where the fun stops. With youngsters, a 1-star scout, which I might as well send to Germany because we can just pay him for 3 months. Looking for a centre-back, and I've skipped a month in advance, but all the players don't look very decent. I mean, at least Sven Horn's only 13, giving them plenty of time to grow, and our best ones are 16. In Ludwig, Langer, and Scholz, we could all loan out. A lot of loaning to do, as we've got still 1 million, so it must have been on the higher echelons of that 1 million, maybe 1.4. Still, I don't think enough for a signing, so maybe we have to dip straight in. The free agent market will be utilized season 1, which I don't plan on doing always, and we do need a cam in this team with Christopher Horvath, 22-year-old from Hungary. If he's hungry for another club, hungry to prove himself, I have no objection to bringing him in as our first signing. The Hungarian should be hungry enough to try and compete for his position. That was very cringy, and I'll never say that again. As hey, we finished 14th, above some of the second teams, which is a very good feeling, and I'm very glad to not be at the bottom. Shows progress from real life, where the team are down at the depths. As a little bit of a cup run, we reached round 3, losing to St. Pauli in the Pokal, but no playoffs, nothing like that. We're building a team here that definitely isn't ready, but I'm putting everything in place for it to be. As look at this loan list, we've been on it like absolute mad. Our youngsters all gone out, Langer to Bromley. Imagine going from the lowest ranked in Germany to the lowest ranked in England. As Tim Hammerman went to the lowest ranked in FC full stop. Hoops to a 63, Hennig to a 65, and Heide, who was going to be my first team goalkeeper, to a 68, but I loaned him out because we have Else, who's 63 rated, and the team already here has done pretty decent. Horvath and Keller the standouts for me, as Horvath was our top scorer. Our brand new signing got 18, Ihorst got 12, Keller only got 6, but still he's 21-year-old, 69 rated. And this man's grown a lot, Boipelo Mashigo. I'm feeling a little bit confident now. I'm seeing the increases in rating, but if you guys want to help the channel out, increase its overall, hit the subscribe button. We're on that race to 50k as all our loan players have returned. Time to sprinkle them in the team. We've got Hoops can play, Hennig could play. As overall, this looks our best team now, so Hoops and Heidi into the team. Lambie I do trust. Only 22, but out of position, and just won't change. 18 weeks, but I'm going to make a change here by hiring a few scouts, not too many. We've got to be wary of our budget, which didn't really go up. We've spent $1 million on scouts already. That's pathetic. 1 million euros yet again. I don't want to go for free agents, as maybe in the higher leagues there could be some loan deals, but nothing to see in the Bundesliga 2. However, the top tier, well, the first player I've actually selected, Ibrahimovic. Now, no, it's not Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It is a youngster from Bayern, who I obviously said at the start we're very close to. So if I could get a loan to buy, hopefully we would have the money next season to go and collect him, as that is a very, very cheap fee for him. As here he is, into the club. That was rather easy, very well negotiated. And let's hope he scores some goals, just like Zlatan himself did. The only problem is, where do we play him? Because now we've got some really good wingers. So I think it's time to change to that formation that I did suggest in the first place. He can go as a cam alongside Horvath, hopefully scores as many goals as him. With these two midfielders now needing to go centrally. Lamy needs to change position, as we've got literally under $1 million now. And I'm deciding, do we go youth, or do we go to the free agents again? Well, with it being early in the save, I kind of want to grow my own players, as I'm going to look across the midfield again, but centre mid is what I want most. But we haven't really found one. We've got a 58 rated cam. Now, I didn't even search for cams. Why are you throwing him in my direction? At least we do play that position, but it's our best players that are in it. Horvath now 75, Ibrahimovic 72, at only 20, but I don't think we'll be able to do that settle to buy option. Hopefully it does go into next season. If not, we're probably screwed. Or are we? Because we've loaned his own players out, and we've got Alexandra Luthard. Only 4 ratings lower, and at 20, he's pretty damn solid. Hennig is now 19, 68 rated, but a left back. And then our youngsters have done pretty decently again, into the 60s now, which should show some improvement. But unfortunately, judging by the league position, it doesn't, finishing 16th. This season, we've gone down, and it doesn't even show me the pokal, so I believe we haven't even qualified, or something BS like that, and there's definitely an issue with players not playing in this team. I'm looking at that left-back Lamy, and I'm looking at Hennig coming through, who's a left-back. Maybe we do need fullbacks in this team, as Horvath was our top scorer. And season number 3, yet again, not getting nowhere. So I'm going back to the drawing board to a 4-4-1-1 and giving us this shape. You can see Hennig can go at right back, Lambie at left back. And the only real question at the club now is around this man Ibrahimovic, who I thought would be our main star, and we have got a bigger budget this year of 3 million euros, so we could afford that release clause, or buy option should I say. But do we really go and pay it? We do need another cam, but is this youngster worth it? Well, based on his contract, I'd love to get him into the club, but 30k a week is nothing we can afford. And I even chucked 10k. They rejected that, so he won't stay here. Back to Bayern he goes, the team we desperately want to compete with at some point, as now I'm looking at midfield again because Jeese is getting older and maybe another centre-back in. I think signing them 2 positions should put us on for Bundesliga 2 promotion if we just fight as Sadiq Fofana. Unwilling to relocate, but this is a man I desperately love in career mode. Oh, and he won't join. Where the heck do we look for players? I mean, I have slated the second teams like Borussia Dortmund second, but every player is quite young and they do have some decent players here. So I have broken my bank account on this defender, Ben Hunning, and this man from Stuttgart second team in Korkut. And it should help us out having all those good players here. With them potentials as Unterhaching absolutely trod on the league, stamped it down, took that trophy. Now we'll go to the Bundesliga too. 3 seasons deep. But still no sign of the Pokal. Do we just not get into that, as now we're going to get into our team? Look at it, we've got some 70 rateds here, it's amazing. Ihorst the striker, Horvath the cam, Widener and Keller all over the rating of 75, whilst we've still had youth outgrowing as we've just paid almost $1 million for the centre mid, Korkut, but then we've got our 2 youth players who are already better than him. That's a mistake on my part, maybe we shouldn't have been trusted with all that money. I mean, I'll take it all in the second tier. We're definitely going to have to fight to get into the first, because we didn't actually have many goal scorers. A man who only played 11 games, and he's 59 rated. Florian Schmidt was our second top scorer, which is genuinely bizarre. And the first thing, huzzah, that I am seeing the Pokal, so we should be back into the German Cup now, alongside competing in the second tier. There's some very good teams at this level, including Schalke, a club I really respect and have had money troubles. It's sad to see where that team's gone, because they're such a big part of German football. As speaking of money troubles, I think we've got some ourselves. £4 million is the biggest budget we've had in a while, but to improve this team, I don't think it's enough money. At least we've got youth players to put in the team, but we've also got a 43 rated. We do not want to see any more of that. He's 36-year-old and got a contract. At least it is expiring. Is the next player to leave the club, go and become a free agent? Speaking of free agent signings, I wish this man was one, because I am going to look at them in a minute. But Ibrahimovic, he's now 79 rated and we didn't buy him. And now he has a value of £47 million. We literally could have paid 1.2. Again, never trust me with money, because I'll never do anything good with it. However, there is the chance of redemption, because I'm looking at some good free agents, like Jan Bednarek, a 2-year contract for a current Premier League centre-back. Unreal, and yes, he's old, but we do have a lot of young centre-backs behind him, waiting to take his position, and they will be going out on loan, as the next position I want isn't midfield. I want a right back. I'm going to put Hennig at left back again because he's 20, 71 rated. But Lambie getting older and he's not even hit the 70 mark. So with the £3 million left, yes, that's a bit of a decent budget. And there is still contracts to pay, but we've got to find a good right back. And I am definitely going outside of the box. I'm going to look in the Sudamericana, as the South American leagues have produced some wonder kids. And I'm hoping this man will be Gabriel Fernandez, 69 rated, and joins our journey to becoming the world's best German team, which I want to make a reality sooner than we did from 3 to 2. I want to jump to the Bundesliga 1 very quickly, and 5th is not bad, you know, but it doesn't have us in them relegation playoffs. This is not like the English leagues. If it was, we would have been in them playoffs, pushing for promotion to the top division, which is obviously what we want to do. As the Pokal we were finally in, we went straight out in round 2 to Dusseldorf. Sad really, but what is the team looking like that's got us 5th? It is looking like this, and the increases are massive. Horvath now an 80, Widener now an 80, and Keller. They're our best players, but we have got one that's halting. Ihorst was always growing, but now stuck at a 77. And goal-wise, only 9 goals for a striker in the second tier. He shouldn't be outscored by a youngster who is 5 ratings less than him. In Langer, who I haven't paid attention to, but really grown. Just like Schlotz has on the bench, now 20-year-old, 70 rated. And Ludwig, well, he's kind of have slipped behind a little more. But not to worry on centre-backs, because Hoop, Schlicker, and this Zentrich all got loaned out, and we can now add them to the bench. Or even to the first team, because Schlick is a left-footer alongside Bednarek. This team looks very, very double decent for this division, and £7 million is enough for anyone. But this striker position, it's still just playing on my mind, man. It's just the fact I want to be better than Bayern, and Bayern have always had good strikers. It's sending me that crazy. I am going to transfer list Luca Horst, a man who's been incredibly loyal to us, but A, we need some money, like 36.5 million from the worst club in Spain, who we also did rebuild, but B, we need a better striker to reach that top division, as Ihorst is gone, leaving us 37 million. We've got to pay contracts, maybe another player, as Bednarek's pretty old, Masigo, Heining could be replaced. There's plenty of options we can do, as the best player in our current division, who is a striker, is Damian Downs, who I want to go better than. And that's why I've spent £18 million on the next Edin Dzeko Samed Badzar. He's come from Pekzol, and it does look a like-for-like replacement. But don't forget about the money we made, as now 17 million for them other positions. And I feel apart from Jan Bednarek, I haven't got a recognisable face in this team. And well, this man isn't recognisable, but he's very good. Eric from Leeds, or De Silva Moreira, currently at Nottingham Forest in real life. And I guess this man's more recognisable, Tyrell Malacia, who we didn't pay a penny for, finding him in the free agents. Yes, just like PSV have done, we've saved Malacia, adding him to this squad, which just needs to win the Bundesliga too. Wade's now our best player. He's been here from the start, same as Keller, Horvath, Badzar, our striker's done well. Well, he's to be judged on goals, and 16's better than Ihorst. Horvath's still on top, 25 for what was a free agent. Sensational, as we're going to lose some key players like Jan Bednarek, but he's been old for a while, and I don't mind losing him to the retirement home. We saved 11 million euros last year with getting Malacia as a free agent, and that will be money we take to the top division. 26 points at the top. I mean, Hamburg took 11 defeats. There's no chance we were getting caught that season. So another trophy, get in there, as we also entered another trophy in the Pokal, losing round 2 to Mainz, but I just like being in it. I like being around for the ride again, as this team, could it survive? Well, maybe with some strength in the defense, we could stand a chance next season. 25 million euros in the top division. I thought the Serie B to Serie A budgets were bad, but this is incredibly worse. Not to mention, I released the striker that was sat on our bench, hoping we'd get some money, and we know we need to put money into defenders. Our partnership only 23, the both of them, but a contract expiring. This is going to be a very, very long season, as after contracts, 16 million euros, so it's took 9 offers, and 16 million euros isn't even enough for a pretzel at Christmas. Or the Christmas markets I went to, safe to say, I lost a lot of money. So I think for our backup option at striker, we definitely go free agent with Oddson Edward, but he's not going to grow, and that is 2 free agents in a row. Did a little rap there, but make it 3 with Araujo. Our new backup goalie, 19, 73 rated, a Guilherme Ochoa, regen, but of course, we do need to get a centre-back in the squad to keep us up, and I'm going back to Bayern again, speaking about them, because Vincent Kompany, how I could just use him at the back. Can he please come out of retirement for us? And with our budget looking so bad, before we get that centre-back in, I don't want to sell the 2 that are in the team, because like I said, they're only 23. I'm going to have to sell other players, like Max Hennig finally leaves the club, Zentrich the same, and also Ben Hunning. That gives us £31 million. And that's enough for 1 quality player. So get into this club, Jan Laurel Bisek. A player that, simply put, is a man-mountain of a centre-back. Previously of Milan, so he definitely has experience at the top level, which is what we needed. We changed Schlick for Hoops. I don't like two right-footers, but that's what we've been gifted with, and this team looks very solid. Solid enough to stay at the top level, as top scorers at the club is Samed Badzar with 14, but Horvath just outscores him each and every season, as this season is not what I expected. 8th in the Bundesliga, so no fighting against relegation. A lot of defeats, as it's Hamburg, Werder Bremen, and St. Pauli in the playoffs, where we just sold one of our centre-backs to, so sorry to Ben Hunning. And I'm sorry to the team, but you need to get past round 2, this time to Hoffenheim, losing 1-0. I want cups in this rebuild. I don't just want to win the Bundesliga, just want to win the Champions League. I want this team to be the best team overall with loads of trophies. Season 7 now, and on average, the season we usually win the UCL in, but with 24 million euros. Yes, that's right. 24 in the top tier after finishing 8th. It's disgraceful, really. But where do we really improve? Because Lange has an injury. 76 rated. I usually love to keep my regens in the team, but this time it's not excusable. Yes, he's still 22-year-old. But we need to be winning the Champions League and also that centre-back position. Hoops now up to a 78, but I do want our team over 80 rated. If possible, as the transfer list. A lot of players have put themselves on it, but I've put Littig, Widener, who is 87 rated, and Schlick, because we need to make some money in Widener. Yes, he's high rated. Yes, he's 29, but he has been the captain for us, so losing him would be difficult. But look at that money from Brentford. Surprised by that. Brentford are usually a profitable team. As we're trying to make some profits, we've sold a youth player, Scholes, and now Schlick. We've sold him to Mainz, who is a league rival, and there goes Widener. I'm really sad to see that coming. The bid, that is, as now I'm going to shop in my favourite league, the Championship, where you can definitely find your bargains. Banzuzi, number 1, of course, the player I just did show you. And Kian Fitz-Jim, also a fellow Dutchman. Boosting our midfield ratings, of course, we've just lost a big player, but now we buy a bigger one. Centre-back, yet again. And I think it is time we approach the big boys, Bayern Munich. I've spoke about them so much more than I should have done today, and I guess it's cause I'm jealous of them, but they'll be jealous of us as we've just stole their main centre-back and their youngster, Vogt his name is. And look at this man, yes again, he is not a left-footed centre-back, but he came through the Bayern Academy, 24-year-old, 93 physicality, one of the strongest players physically and also rating-wise, with him and Bazunu at the top, then our new captain, Jan Laurel Bisek. I don't mind it, and he's definitely impressed in terms of goal contributions, but not as many as Samed Badzar, our striker. 39 goals, like I said, for the new Edin Dzeko, who fires this team to a place I couldn't imagine. As yes, we top the Bundesliga, finishing above the rivals Bayern Munich by 4 points, despite taking more defeats than them. Draws really help us out. We're one of the best teams in Germany. And that was almost shown by winning the Pokal as well. An unbelievable season, but Frankfurt just beat us. Fair enough, they've won a lot of trophies, which we've not done up to date. However, one thing that caught me off guard is the fact we're in the Conference League with Tottenham. Yes, Ange can never get Tottenham playing well, it seems, as we beat Olympiacos. Then we moved on to Viking. Then we squeezed past Ajax, and it will be Tottenham we meet in the finale. I had no idea that 8th position would get us a game against Spurs. In Europe, who we beat, what did I say? Tottenham just bottle it. As I was saying we won no trophies, we come up a team that haven't in ages, and back 2 in 1 season, not forgetting we're in the Champions League. Which obviously means a bigger budget, but 56 million euros. I guess we can't change our ownership, and our ownership just don't have the money. Despite our rise, as where do we improve? I'm looking at left back even. Malacia 31, but then our first team's kind of solid. We now have 2 day oneers in the team, in Keller, our winger, and Heidi, our goalkeeper, who did start as a youngster, and a few on the bench, you know. I think there's 4 or 5, as the bench is what we need to focus on. We definitely need another striker. Bazdar scored 39, maybe up for the Ballon d'Or. But nothing wrong with healthy competition. Reese Cunningham. Odson Edouard's going down, at least he is going to go up, and he's Canadian. Canadians have worked over in the Bundesliga, as proven by Fonzie Davis, as that's a big player for the bench. And now, time to see if we do get any offers in for our players, and see if we can sell them, as this one very much confusing me. Aaron Keller, day one prospect bid from Bayern Munich, who I'm considering our rivals. This man here from day one, but give us 100 million and you've got yourselves an 83 rated at 27 years of age. This is a little emotional. We're losing a day one player, but we're gaining a lot of money, taking us to 133 million, and he was a Swedish player. For a German team ourselves, I want to try and get a German in, obviously, to take his place. And this man, Champions League quality personified. He was in the latest final, and yes, he didn't play too well in it. But Kareem the Dream Adeyemi, Danny Aaron's favourite player, has to join our squad and makes us a lot stronger on the wing. And there he is in our team. He's got his playstyle plus, and these are the ratings of our lads. We've got 3 over the 90 mark. Bads are the best in terms of goal scoring, but Vox stats 92 and 94 is unbelievable. As I'm glad that Horvath stuck with us all the way, and Adeyemi got 13 goals, but the most goes to Samad again. Unfortunately, I did stop, and no, wasn't nominated or won the Ballon d'Or. Went to a player called Kylian Mbappe, if you've ever heard of him. Yeah, he stopped us winning it, as this is a stinky season in the Bundesliga. Now, we actually did pick up a lot more draws, and that will put us back in the Europa League, and we also lose the Super Cup to Frankfurt, a team that just know how to beat us. The same with Mainz. We don't like red and white badges, but we do like the Champions League, finishing 3rd in the league phase. Imagine we went back to back with the Conference League and Champions League. Would be some huge achievement, as Brighton, a very good first leg, and second got us through, as we beat Leipzig. I'm pretty sure German fans like that. And then we beat Milano in a comeback after 2-0 down to make the Champions League finale. Yes, our squad is good enough, but I didn't expect this coming from the bottom of German football. Now all the way to the top, not of German football, we were there last year though, of European football, as this team is the team that's got to do it. And Bazdar, just keep on scoring your goals. If he does, we should be just fine, as Adeyemi. I can just see the playstyle plus already coming into play. This will definitely not be an easy game. As Pulisic on their right-hand side, a very good squeezed ball through, a shot for Goncalo Ramos, and I thought maybe a handball there. Good job there was no connection there, as now we're going to switch the ball across to our Brazilian. And now, here's the right mid, Moreira with the shot. Let's maybe try and give it to Adeyemi, shall we, instead, as now Fitzjim came in as one of the lowest rated, but if he looks over the top, he's almost squeezed a ball through. Just not there yet, as Job into Valverde, a great tackle. And now Horvath from the 3rd tier. If he can get it out wide, that's a good ball. Banzuzi, where's Adeyemi when you need his pace? But Banzuzi tries to get a shot off and succeeds. A brilliant effort, but still, the effort not going in. Fitzjim has some space. I'm going to take the shot on early. Unfortunately, no one with pace through the middle who I can just run with, but Adeyemi's now in the middle, and Adeyemi is dancing. If he can try and put that ball across, that's going to be a penalty kick. Get in there. Stupid from Levi Colwill. Have no idea how he's at PSG. I don't know how he's made that move, and that's a definite penalty. Come on. The ex-Chelsea man in this save now, giving away the spot kick, and that is Horvath, the man from day one. As I'm going to try and go, he's got 79 penalties, worrying, but that is a penalty of the upper echelons. 1-0 to Unterhaching. I've even started giving them the nickname. It's Unterhaching, of course. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right as Horvath. Let's have another look at this top corner shot. Zero saving that thing, as I wish. It would have been half-time straight away, but Christian Pulisic just gives us a warning of what maybe is to come. You never know if they're going to wake up. I definitely think they should, but Levi Colwill, what is that tackle? That's like Lisandro on Adama Traore. Red card, referee, red card. Yep. He's off. Vuk Jovanovic. Never heard of him. I'm guessing it's a regen player. One of the worst tackles I've ever seen. And hopefully gives us the advantage as Vogt, the centre-back, goes for it. Never try that again, my friend. Just lay it off to someone next time as Matson. That is a Dutch left-back I'd rather have than Malacia. But Malacia on the winning team so far. Maybe some defending to do against this man. Oh, wow. Tyrell. Insane little challenge. And now running infield with the ball. There's a pass on. It's into Da Silva Moreira. He missed a big shot in the first half. And he misses one in the second again. As I really don't like this. Attacking very late on in the game. It's hit the crossbar from Giancarlo Ramos. Get rid of the ball, please. Moreira Silva to try and pass it. A pass straight into the left back. Merlin, please. Someone just stand in front of the ball. Do not let him shoot. He gets his shot off, but it's wide. And that should be the game. As we have transformed the worst team in Germany to Champions League winners from a penalty from our free agent first season signing. Pass a mouthful and Jan Orel Bisek. It's a shame it would have been Wagner if we kept in the central midfielder, but this man deserves it. Coming in to keep us in the top division of Germany, all the way from the bottom with his experience from Inter, as that is the top 4 leagues of England all conquered. And if you want to see more teams conquered, click on screen here to watch the videos.